Car rant. Know what time it is. King status, always. They'll forget the crown, but that don't mean you're not a king, right? Pick the crown back up. Let's go. Man, I was just thinking about just how life is, right? I heard an example on Jeff Logan's podcast. If you haven't listened to Jeff Logan, if you don't know who that is, not just young men, I would say anyone young who is like trying to get their life right. He has a very good podcast, Becoming the Beast. And on one of his podcasts, he was talking about how you could have a Ferrari, but if one of the wheels, and it's all decked out, right? But if one of the wheels on that Ferrari is off, that Ferrari is not going nowhere. And I was just thinking about how, like, I've never been lazy. I've always had a job or multiple jobs. But it's a combination of having a Ferrari without a wheel, having a Ferrari with all its wheels, but it's in neutral, pushing the gas, engines revving, but not going nowhere. And it was one other one, but those main two, those are the main two that kept me stagnant. Just doing a lot, but not moving anywhere. The other thing I was saying is, I just thought of it. Oh shoot, I gotta turn my workout out. Yep, just finished the workout, leg day, legs and shoulders. We back in the gym. I've been off the gym. I've been inconsistent with my activity. You know what I'm saying? And as we progress, we tend to get complacent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm redisciplining myself. But anyways, back to what I was saying. A combination of three things: having a Ferrari without the fourth tire, having a Ferrari with the fourth tire but you're in neutral, and having a Ferrari and actively pressing the brake as you're pushing the gas. Three different scenarios, okay? Three different scenarios that are all equally important, and we have to balance them all. You have to balance not shooting yourself in the foot, so not taking actions that are actively causing you to slow down or not be focused or be distracted or XYZ. You could have the best car, the best energy. If you're spending it with the wrong people, that's shooting yourself in the foot. If you know you're a beast, you know what I'm saying? If you know you're a different breed, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you're around people that are kind of low vibrational, that are like off their rocker or not on their purpose, misery loves company, that shit is going to rub off on you. That is essentially you shooting yourself in the foot, slowing yourself down for what? If you have habits that you need to control or stop completely, and you continue doing those after you are aware. It's a difference between not knowing and knowing. Once you know, and once you know, you can't unknow. So once it's been shown to you by the universe, and you choose, because you have free will, not to let that go, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're actively limiting your own potential. And there's reasons. There's psychology. I would recommend this book, this audio book, and I want to get the book and actually read it, But Brianna Wiest, The Mountain Is You, talks about self-sabotage and why we self-sabotage. Where does that come from? But that's another one, right? Having 3 tires and not the 4th tire. So that's discipline, right? We're talking about discipline there. We're talking about, like, yes, you have to also wake up on time. You have to go to sleep on time. You have to not be an asshole to the people around you. You have to carry positive energy, positive vibrations so that you attract more of those things. And you can't do it out of obligation. You have to do it because there's nothing else you would rather do. You know what I'm saying? You also have to take care of yourself, prioritize your mental health, make sure you are taking care of your body, taking care of the vessel, right? Taking care of your finances, young men and young women. But I'm going to just speak to young men because I've been a young man. I've never been a young woman. I can't speak to that. But for young men, it's very important for you to handle your shit, handle your finances, You know what I'm saying? Stack up some, savings money. If you are in a position where you're not paying rent or you're paying very low rent, do not fuck it off on alcohol or on weed or drugs. Like, save that shit. Save it. You're going to need it later down the line. You're going to need it. You're going to thank yourself. Speaking from experience. What was that thing? Yeah, that's like, we got to balance all. We got to have all of our tires rotated, balanced, full of air at the right PSI. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes time to understand that balance. And then not only do you have to lock in on your work and become a beast at work, but you also have to be a beast at home. You can't be leaving your underwear on the floor and going and killing shit at work, getting a promotion, but your house is a mess. You know what I'm saying? I had an uncle, still have an uncle. He would tell me, I used to come over his house. He was like spectacularly clean, bro. Exceptionally clean, right? He would be like, I want my house ready for the president to come over. And this was back 2008, 2009, it is Obama, right? So if Obama was about to come over the crib, a surprise visit, President Obama, you're the best personal trainer or whatever, I want to come stop by. Are you going to be scrambling, throwing clothes in the closet, praying that he doesn't open the closet and there's an avalanche of clothes that come out and knock down the president? You know what I'm saying? Like, or your shit, you're ready for that. Like, you're spick and span. If you want to go spiritual with it, and I don't want to, I do relate this to spirit because it all comes from spirit for me in my life, not everybody else's, but I'm going to go back to spirit, right? I was raised Christian. We grew up on the Bible. So there's I'll look it up, but there's a part of the Bible where it's like, you want to be ready when the master comes. You don't want to be asleep. You want to be ready. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Let everybody else be getting ready. Oh, the master came and you still got to get your money in order. You fat. You unmotivated, you lazy, you going through it with your girl, you still don't know how to control your emotions. No, it's time to lock in right this moment. I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm really speaking to my young men because everybody is going to be on your head and nobody's to blame but you. You can blame your daddy, you can blame your mama, you can blame your brother, your sister, or you could just take it all and be like, I'm going to be the change. So that goes to the tire, right? And then the self-sabotage, we talked about that. Oh my God. And then spinning your wheels. Doing too much. This is the last one I want to talk about. You have everything you need, but you're doing too much. Maybe you need to cut some shit out and really focus on what matters. Bro, I'm going to just say it because I don't care. Last semester, and it's the truth. You should never be afraid of the truth, bro. Last semester, I failed every class. And not because I'm a lazy person. I also showed up to every class. Like, I had really good attendance. I did a majority of my homework. It was just, I was training at 5 a.m., going to school right after training. I was trying to be there for my, I just got married, trying to be there for my wife, handle business, stuff like that. Moving households. I moved into a completely different environment. So it was just like that, And here she is right here, look. Look. Oh, she's so cute. Look. What's she gonna say? Hi.
Are you okay?
What's up, babe?
Hi.
I'm making a TikTok.
You're recording yourself? Going back to this.
So like I'm saying, you gotta have balance. It's not spinning our wheels and doing things that is gonna burn us out. You gotta balance it. Maybe cut some things off. Maybe focus on the people you have next to you, right?
Like after a long day at work, why don't you go get boba? It's not a bad idea.
See? Focus on the little things that count. Peace.